Yo, so recently I'm watching a young kids league, third grade and up, and it was a fourth grader with tattoos on him. Tattoos on his arms and his legs. Hopefully they're not real tattoos, otherwise some parent is going to need to go to jail. But they were temporary tattoos, but it was still idiotic to me. Why would you, like, this league at a third and fourth grade level is more trying to be like Morant and all of this than it was. Like, they've been watching way too many highlights. Like, the egos of these kids, it was one comment that said it all. The skill level of these kids is amazing. When you see some of the stuff that they do, it's nuts. But then you look at the egos of them, it makes me sad. And it's because of the parents. Like, why would you put your child in as a fourth grader in temporary tattoos? Well, what does that have to do with the game? I get wanting to look sweet and this, that, and other. Back in the day, we used to put the tape on our shoes and everything for football, you know what I'm saying? Tape our little belts up. We had our belt hanging, put the stripe tape on it. You want to look sweet for the game. I get want to look good, but it gets to the point where y'all doing too much with this. Y'all have elevated this to, it's a lot of parents that feel like they should have been in the league, and they are projecting that on their children. It's just like the video I did years ago, not years ago, a while ago, about a chick that got her 6-month-old baby head to toe in temporary tattoos, claiming that he loved the tattoo. Oh, he loved tattoo. He loved shoes. She got mountains of shoes and Jordans and all this stuff he bought for, like, she bought for him. Like, what are y'all doing? This is just irresponsible to me, man. And just like I said with the comment where it was like, on one hand, these kids are amazing. Their skills are amazing. The one little kid threw the leg pass to my man, crazy. But the egos is nuts. It's like, you're like, where'd he come from with that pass? Because he in the layup line. You fast forward, he in the layup line doing them type of drills. Through the leg, throwing it up. What type of coach allows that? Man, get in the layup line, do the basics. Because look, I'm going to tell y'all what y'all creating. Y'all creating a bunch of kids who is more concerned with the celebration than they are concerned with the game. And when they make it to the next level, when they get to junior high, they're going to discover it's another cloth of player out there that ain't been doing all the celebrating. It's another cloth. When they make it to high school, they're going to find out it's another cloth of player that is just as good and can do all of that and bang on you so quick that without even trying. But they ain't been concerned with the celebrations and all of that all through their years. Just as well as I think this is a epidemic going on with this, because I've watched these videos quite a few times, and it just seems like every time I watch them, I'm amazed by it, by the talent of these kids at such a young age, but I'm so saddened by the way that they are acting, their egos and stuff like that. And I get that sport is competitive. It's real competitive. You got to be competitive and think you're the best to play sports, period. But to the extent that it goes, like they even had a time where they had the kids mic'd up. These like third and fourth graders, they mic'd up and they talking junk. And it just was like, you just watch it and you be like, yeah, they out here balling, but it just saddens me to see kids in third grade acting like this, because they don't get when they get to a higher level of play. Do you understand how many people are playing hard trying to make it to the NBA or the NFL? And what they don't understand at that young of an age, their parents definitely don't understand it because they're not teaching them the right way to go about this. But what they don't understand, it's a whole lot of players that ain't concerned with the celebration. They got the basics. They got more than the basics, and they extra talented. And you're going to have a bunch of kids that's going to get to this level thinking that knocking on their chest and doing crazy little under the leg moves is the wave. And wearing temporary tattoos on court is the wave. And they gonna get to high school and get dunked on so hard and embarrassed by players who know the basics plus the extras. It's a different level. It's a different turn up when you get to high school and college And then the NBA, if you can make it through all those levels, and all the people around the world and around the country that are trying to make it in these leagues, it just saddens me to see our kids trying to be so grown so fast due to the parents pushing this type of mindset on them. Because it ain't the kids. The kids, of course, they see it in the highlights and this, that, and other. But it don't take much for a coach to stop that in his tracks at a practice when they see it. But see, where you have problems is you're going to have parents coming out the background arguing with the coach about him doing what he did. There was one guy in the comments that was like, he walked away from coaching because of that. Because he was like, the parents' attitudes, he believed in respect and, the basics and this, that, and other. And, solid team stuff. I can't remember all of what he said, but respect was definitely one of them. And I'm just going to say through some of the egos and stuff that we see on these court, I don't think respect leads a lot of these teams. You know what I'm saying? And so I could see him going back and forth with parents about little stuff like this, little ego-driven stuff where their kids is doing a lot. But you don't blame the kids. You correct it in the kids, but then if you correct it, you got parents that's got to give you argument about it. And then you're going back and forth with them. Now the parents want to slap you and fight you and shoot you and all of that stuff. And sometimes it becomes not worth it. And you have to just walk away and just let it be what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, this just kind of tired my brain watching these highlights, man. It's amazing to see these kids playing at such a high level, but it's also sad to see them acting in the way they act. Because I know where it comes from. I know the parents is feeding these kids these mannerisms and these celebrations and all this stuff that they allowing their kids to do. And I wish more coaches would kind of cut into that and cut that out, because you can't make it to the NFL off celebrations and looking cold. You know what I'm saying? Looking a certain type of way on the court. I'm sorry, it take a lot of work, hard work, and dedication, and basics, and, the fluff comes out of the basics. The pizzazz comes out of the basics when you're that talented, you know what I'm saying? But even the dudes that are that talented have to know the basics. Got to operate on the basics. You got to be able to knock down a shot, you know what I'm saying? For them to be scared of you going to the hole and dunking on somebody. You got to make them come out and guard you for that shot. And that shot takes basic. You got to shoot a lot of shots to get the basic practice of knowing how to shoot a shot and make it. But I'm just saying, man, this whole tattoo thing, too much for me, man. Along with a lot of the egos and mannerisms that play out in these leagues. But y'all tell me what you think, man. What you think, what you don't think. Is this too much, or do you enjoy watching it? Is it not cringe through? I don't know. Maybe I'm just old, but let me know what you think. Get at your boy.